Good evening, folks. Paul Anderson here, live for the How of Cramar, about a mile to Tarland, and going to do a wee workshop. Workshop with a difference, as in I can't hear the students, but we'll certainly, I'll go through the music and describe it, explain bits and pieces. Like I've normally been doing, this is, I suppose, must be about the 17th, 16th or 17th kind of Wednesday night workshop that I've started on. So this week I thought I would work on some tunes by Nathaniel Gow. Neil Gow was the composer I looked at last week. I've got the privilege of having one of Neil Gow's three known fiddles in existence. Doesn't mean he didn't have more, but certainly there's three that are known. One obviously is the fiddle in Blair Castle, and then there's another. I'm not actually sure who's got that, but Pete Clark had a lend it for fiddle, the Neil Gow Festival this year, which didn't happen, unfortunately, because the coronavirus pandemic. So I did Neil Gow last week. The last 2.5 weeks I've spent recording all of Neil Gow's compositions. Before that, I did the same with Peter Milne's compositions. It's one of the things in lockdown with no gigs, no pupils come to the house, that I've got the time to actually do something like that and use my time in a sort of useful fashion. So this week, tunes by Nathaniel Gow, and the reason I've chosen Nathaniel is because I've got this fiddle in the house. So you might be wondering, why on earth have I got Nathaniel Gow's fiddle and Neil Gow fiddle in the house? And that is because I had a recital at Celtic Connections this year, and it was playing the music of the great composers on their own fiddles. So we had Neil Gow, William Marshall, Nathaniel Gow, Peter Milne, and James Scott Skinner was two of his, one of his fiddles that he played for a while. Nice Italian fiddle, beautiful instrument. And there was a straw fiddle that he recorded on. So on any recordings that you hear a Skinner, which they are what they are, by modern standards they're a wee bit thin and reedy, but they were recorded on this straw fiddle. And this is Nathaniel Gow's fiddle, and it's a friend of mine, Duncan Woodford Cullen, who is the owner of this instrument. And he got it for Ron Ganella. A lot of folk will probably remember Ron's playing. Certainly in his lifetime he was one of the top fiddlers in Scotland and one of the best known. Very stylish, elegant player, beautiful tone, rich, sweet playing. So influential kind of guy. And it was Ron that had this fiddle. And I had a concert a few years ago. My own fiddle had to get some work done on it, and Duncan, who'd shown me this, had said that if ever you need a leno it, just ask. And so I needed a good fiddle for a concert at the His Majesty's Theatre in Aberdeen. It was a memorial event for Steve Robertson, one of the members of Scotland of what. And I wanted a decent fiddle, and I remember when I saw this, I thought it's one of the nicest fiddles I'd played, apart from my own, of course. And as you can see, it's in absolutely beautiful condition. And this was bought by Neil Gow for Nathaniel. Neil was up having his fiddle repaired with Joseph Rudiman, who was a maker for Aberdeen. And this was made in 1777. So it's in very good nick. As you can see, there's the original pegs. Some folk are kind of real anoraks about this sort of thing. So there you go, you get a good look at the fiddle. And every day you get to see something like this. So it's a very fine instrument to play. I really love it. But I'm getting to get it back. So because I've started recording Nathaniel's music following on from Neil's, I thought we'd do some Nathaniel Gow tunes tonight. Now, Nathaniel was born in 1763 at Inver. So it would be at Neil Gow's cottage, which is still in existence. It's well worth going to see. It's a beautiful wee corner of the world. And he got his first lessons, like his brothers, on a wee kit fiddle. And so he got lessons for his father, and then he was put to Robert McIntosh, who was considered Neil Gow's greatest competition, really. Red Rob, because of his fiery red hair and fiery temper. Great composer as well. and also Alexander King McGlashan. Now that's a name for you. And Alexander King McGlashan, he was called King because of his stately bearing. And I suppose he could look down his nose at you quite successfully, but he's a kind of elegant, stylish guy. And these folks were also dancing masters as well as fiddlers. So that's Nathaniel Gow, and he would go on to be certainly one of that handful of really iconic Scottish fiddlers for history. There'd been Neil Gow, Robert McIntosh, William Marshall, Nathaniel, and folk like Joseph Lowe, James Scott Skinner, Peter Milne, not quite so highly rated because he didn't write so much, but Nathaniel's right up there, and his compositions are elegant, stylish, well put together. The only blot on his reputation is he was sadly guilty of a bit of plagiarism here and there. His father was to some degree, but not as much. Nathaniel definitely did plagiarise other folks' music, notably William Marshall's, and it was because of this that the Duke of Gordon encouraged Marshall to have his own compositions published, because folk like Nathaniel were changing the title and putting their own the music out in their own publications. Now it's very, very naughty, and it's a bit of a shame because his music's really top notch. Things like the Fairy Dance, I mean, it's a standard tune out of the Celtic music world, so it's a great shame he did that, but that aside, very fine composer. So I'm going to start with a slow air called Miss Graham of Inchbrakie, and it must have been a family well known to the Gows because Neil wrote tunes for a number of the Grahams at Inchbrakie, so they would, I would imagine, have been frequent visitors to Blair Castle, to the dances and balls that were held there. So I'll play it through. If anybody's got the music, please feel free to play along. I'm not going to hear you anyway, but I'm just going to play it through as I would play it, and then we'll go back over a few points. I certainly ken this tune, but it's not one that I've really gone out and performed with or competed with in the past. But it's a nice tune. Anyway, so Miss Graham of Inchbrakie by Nathaniel Gow on Nathaniel's own fiddle, and it's not every day you see that. So I kind of tell, looking at my own phone here just now, whether there's folks sending in messages and notes. But if you've got any questions, please send them in, and I'll reply to them once I finish it. I can't do it just now. But let me know what you think. The fiddle, it's a lovely tone. Different for my own. It is different, but it's got a lot in it, and especially in the A and the E string, it's quite bright. It's got quite a nice rich tone. It's a bit weaker on the G, I would say, certainly for my taste. And you feel like you have to work quite hard to get the tone out, but it is a lovely tone. And for something made in 1777, I mean, it's in unbelievably good nick. I mean, look at that, amazing. So I'll go back to the beginning and play this through again. I might play it twice more. It's got a few little things you need to watch. Yeah, there's a wee bit of third position. I generally just go up for the note and then come right back down again. We'll come to that. I'll go through it and stop maybe at a few places. I use four fingers quite a lot in slow airs. Now, at the time, it's just a matter of taste, but certainly it warms up the note, especially in an open E string, because if I play it like this, you should hear it quite clearly. You should be able to hear that very thin sound in open E can be quite a brittle sound. If notes have colours, and I think you should think in terms of music having colours rather than being black and white. You look at the page, black notes on white by and large, but what you hear suggests a whole complex range of colours. So the deeper, darker, richer notes are like chocolate or claret coloured or maroon. You can that deep, rich colours. You get up the E string, and to me it's like ice blue or kind of grey. That kind of icy skies. That's what it suggests to me. That open E. Of course, if you're using the fourth finger, you can add a wee bit of vibrato to warm the tone up a wee bit. So, matter of taste, but I'm just saying that to explain why I would maybe choose a fourth finger rather than an open string, just about trying to make it as rich sounding as I can. So this is nae overly dramatic in terms of things like Five-E Castle, Ossian, that types of tunes that are really, really wildly expressive. I heard somebody review a concert I did once, and that's how they described my playing a Five-E Castle. Wildly expressive. This tune, it's got light and shade, as I would put into any slow air, but it's not quite as excessive as that. So let's play it through again, and then I'll pick out a few bits, and then we'll move on to the next tune. Gentle tune. There's definitely room for movement in it though. Push the tempo, pull it back, light and shade, just to give the music a bit of colour. At times it moves fairly quick. You have to be careful when you play a slow air that you didn't just kill the fluency by playing it too slow, because it's like watching treacle on a frosty day. It's just never moves. If I play it like this, you'll get the idea. Asleep myself playing it like that, so get a wee bit of movement and change the tempo about a wee bit, but there is a kind of rhythm within that. You could never set a metronome to how I play a slow air, but within it there is a sense depends on the tune, 2 or 4 bar phrases. I have seen, there was one tune, I can't recall what it was about an 8 bar phrase, but which is more unusual, but 2 or 4 is neon typical, I find, and that's like a natural space for, if you were singing it, you would sing that 2 bars, then take a breath. So within it, every 2 bars or 4 bars, depending on the tune and how it phrases out, you get some ebb and flow within that phrase. So there's a kind of 2 bar phrase. So the sense of rhythm is on a bigger scale within each bar. So within each bar, it can speed up and slow down. Individual notes can blossom, the tone can just swell up, and things like vibrato are great for that, but bow speed as well. So that kind of things help to colour the music. So the third position. Third position just takes practice. I appreciate maybe some folk watching this are no fiddle players, therefore just ignore what I'm saying. But if you do play, it's just practicing that shift. When I'm playing, I mean my wrist is pretty much straight between the knuckle and the elbows. So when I move up, it's near like there's this kind of movement and it's difficult to find your placement. So when I move up and the heel of my hand touches the fiddle, I pretty much don't even need to think about where my fingers are going, they just drop right into place. So it's like a subliminal kind of muscle memory thing. When I feel the heel of my thumb there just touch, my fingers drop right into it. It's the same with things like the it's a wee bit different for my own fiddle, but you get the idea. My own fiddle, it's slightly worn here, and that's for my hand touches when I'm playing third position. So that kind of thing is the only real place I would ever play something that had the suggestion of a slide. Then subtly, it should sound more like a gentle sigh than. It's no part of Scottish musical tradition. It's one of the things that really. And it's not something you find in every part of Ireland either, of course. But in some parts of Ireland, for instance, it's really a big part of the style. It's not really traditionally something you hear overly in Scottish fiddling, but in slow airs, coming off of a high note, that is something that you do hear. Folk like Hector McAndrew are masters of it. So that kind of thing. And it's not because I can't go right to the note. It's done because I like the feel of it, but I would never overdo it. A lot of the notes are not quite as are notated. Nae like this. These long dotted notes always pulled out. Careful that you don't over accent when you've got things like. So careful not to over accent it, it just doesn't suit the type of tune at all. On a kind of snappy bow and things like, you want to be soft at the edges. Again, it's written. If you were a classical player, it doesn't matter how good you are, that picked up that book. This is the Fiddler Music of Scotland by James Hunter I'm using, or on a book of Scottish music, they would play it probably exactly how it's written and it would feel totally wrong, although it's correct. It's one of the things, there's a lot of the interpretation comes for the player and being exposed to other folk playing it and how they play it. So you have a lot of freedom as a fiddler as opposed to a violinist. If you're playing in a classical orchestra, you do your tell, do what the music says. As a fiddler, I can express that pretty much any way I want, as long as it musically makes sense. So that's why things like grace notes are entirely up to myself. And I'm swear to tell you if you should pick grace notes. Swear. I'm reluctant to say, because it is really a personal thing, but they should have grace notes running right through them. Right for the start. And that's just the first bar. There's grace notes popping in all over the place, but they should never be shouting out. They should never be jumping off the page. Subtle, elegant, crisp and clean. So let's go back to the beginning. If you're playing along, let's have a go at Miss Graham of Inchbrege by Nathaniel Gow on Nathaniel's own lovely, beautiful fiddle. Here we go then. First phrase. So every 2 bars. Lovely tune. So let's move on. We're going to play a great Strathspey called Lady Charlotte Campbell. Again, William Marshall. I can play it, but I want to use the music sort of. I'm playing the same as everybody else. How far the hell is it going? Oh, there we go. There we go. Nathaniel Gow, Lady Charlotte Campbell. This kind of tune, it was frequently played at competitions when I was competing age. It certainly wouldn't have been played by novices. It was more to the kind of, if you were 13 to 16 age group and you were a reasonable player, you would possibly have a go with this. But this is more kind of championship sort of level. And as a judge, it's a kind of thing I'd be taking note of how folk handle the bowing, because there's a lot you could do with the bowing in this tune, and you can make it quite artistic and elegant, but it should never detract for the character of the music. Anything you do, whether it's an up-driven bow or played unisons, that sort of thing should be done because it adds something to the character of the music. So I'll play it through. I reckon if I play this exactly as it's written in this book, but I'm going to play it as close as I can to this, and then we'll go back. Go. So if you were paying attention, you would see there's quite a lot potentially you can do with the bowing in that. So we'll back up, play this slow this time, plenty of snap. We'll go over the up-driven bows. You don't hate to play it like this, you don't have to bow it this way, but certainly that's more or less how I would play this tune. Up-driven bows, you play them because they add something distinctive and unique, which you kind of get by bowing any other way. So we'll look at that in a minute. Plenty of snap though. Some grace notes there. So quite a lot going on with the bow in there, but hopefully, and well, to my mind, actually it works perfectly well. But there's certainly a lot more art in the bowing than just playing it maybe like this. And I didn't really play that very well. I wasn't trying to sort of criticise anybody's style. I didn't play it like that, so I didn't play it very well. But you get the idea that there's a totally different feel depending on how you bow the tune. So some thought to it really can pay dividends as regards the feel. So using your bow is hugely important when it comes to playing strathspeys. So I'm using the bow really at one point or another, especially on up-driven bows. Up-driven bow, I mean, Nathaniel Gow gets the credit for being the first person that's credited with playing what's understood to be an up-driven bow. The upstroke that he played was uncommonly powerful, which is teen as meaning the up-driven bow. And to have that kind of sense of power and drive, you've got to use the heel bow, really. So now you play the two. It's a development of snap bowing. That's the start note. So down, up, and you drive right to the heel. So you didn't need to staccato between the first and second up because they're two different notes. If there were two C sharps, you need to do something to show that they were different. But because they're different notes, you don't need to. Before you get there, tricky bit is between the second and third up. If you're looking at the music, you can see a down, up, up, up. Straight line suggests staccato. Between the second and third up, that's where you lift, and that is really what gives you the lift. And to my mind, there's no question that Saturday we providing something for the dancers, make them want to get up off the flats of their feet. Few snaps here, good for your practice. Attacking the down, slowing the up, trying to keep up with the top here, because I certainly want the long notes to be long, short notes short. Sounds sensible, but if you're playing up the heel, the long notes are as short as the short notes. So I want the consistency that every snap is as good as your best, even the hardest things. In there. First thing I've played, because by and large you haven't got time to play on the others. the notes in the open E's or A's are just they're passing too quickly. Go back to the beginning. Last time. Tune. It's a great strathspey. So, right, that's Miss Graham of Inchbreakie, Lady Charlotte Campbell. You do notice at this period that a lot of the tunes are written for obvious aristocrats. The Duke of Gordon's birthday, the Duchess of Athol's favourite, that sort of thing. Some of them are, you can pretty well talk that somebody like Miss Graham of Inchbreakie is probably a member of the gentry. These are the folk that were pretty much mixing circles for music was being commissioned. So they folk like the Duke of Athol, the Duke of Gordon, he patronised William Marshall. The 4th and 5th Dukes, Athol patronised Neil Gow, and Nathaniel Gow, who was a huge figure in the musical scene in Edinburgh. It's said that there wasn't a ball didn't include Nathaniel Gow. It wasn't really up to scratch. Very influential figure and publisher. These are the folk who were commissioning tunes, so that's why you've got a lot of tunes with these. Like I'm looking at this page: Lady Anne Hope, Lady Charlotte Campbell, the Laird of Macintosh. So yeah, there's a reason why. It's because they were being paid. But that said, it didn't matter if it part of society you were in, whether you were aristocracy, gentry, or you were of a more humble station. Abdy danced to Scottish country dance music. It was the popular dance for Abdy in Scotland at the time. Now, hold on a minute, we found this. I'm going to go into my reel now. There we go. Loch Earn. Now, you sometimes see this doing as Neil Gow. I'm pretty sure it's Nathaniel Gow. When I did the Neil Gow tunes over the last 2.5 weeks, I looked at that. There's another book I've got that says it's a Neil Gow tune. I'm pretty certain it's Nathaniel Gow, which marks a change at your end to say, no, that was Nathaniel's. The same book also credited Lady Madalena Sinclair to Neil Gow, and that is definitely a William Marshall tune. So there you go. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful, folks. So it's a great reel. I used to compete with these. They go very well together. Lady Charlotte Campbell and Loch Earn. And that's something to think about when you're putting sets together, how well tunes go. Some tunes didn't finish sets particularly well. Some tunes start sets brilliantly, but wouldn't it be great at finishing? So think about how key changes work, and whether the tunes, it should be like a slick gear change moving from 4th to the 5th, that sort of thing. It should feel very natural. Some tunes work especially well, but I think that these two certainly do. Loch Earn and Lady Charlotte Campbell. Salute in the last line. First time around, it's notated the way I play it. Second time I did sort of get it right because I played it the way I normally play it, but it's slightly different. I'll get it when we're playing it slow, which one I want to do. So there's so many tunes in E compared to D and A, I would take to say. So yeah, a bit less common. E is definitely uncommon, but G it's not quite so many tunes, but that's a great tune. First thing to watch right at the beginning, lead-in note, then you've got this big chord. It's quite important to the character of the tune, but the top note is the melody note, so you want to make sure that's caught cleanly. Get right onto that quick, but you need to hit that bottom notes hard enough when you sweep across it. They're left ringing. no notated in this music, but I would suggest that chord is played second time round his wheel. So the melody goes. Worth practicing. Get out my top notes quick. But even though I was playing mainly on the G at the top, the bottom G is the one that resonates for the longest. Okay, let's go for the top. Nice and slow, 2-3 times through. Okay, let's see if we go on. 2, 3. I missed that leading note the second time. Steady, miss the lead in note. Quicker. So, yeah, nice tune. I think they've all been nice tunes, of course, but not every day you get to play tunes by the composer on his own fiddle. So I hope that's been an interesting run through some of Nathaniel Gow's compositions. He wrote over 200 tunes, so if I'm going to be doing his compositions over the next few weeks, it's going to take me a while. I've had a few a day. I did 3 the day, but I'm going to need to up the amount quite a lot to see the end of this, so I'll probably do about 8 or 10 tunes a day and post them. So there you go. So thanks very much. If you've enjoyed it and you want to contribute something to the tip jar, it's www.paypal.me/Paul Anderson Shona Dawn. And we'll be back on Friday for live for the lounge, 8 PM UK time. And well, you never can if it's going to happen. I'll have some idea if I'm going to play before then, but the nonsense, it just happens on the spot, so who knows if it's going to happen. But we'll see you there if you fancy looking in. Otherwise, I'll probably still be back here next Wednesday. We had actually a telephone cut earlier and we lost our internet connection, so we were in half an hour to an hour of cancelling the whole thing tonight. So luckily it came back on. There must have been a fault in the line somewhere. So thanks for looking in, folks, and yep, we'll see you next week, or maybe on Friday. Otherwise, I'll still be posting stuff every day. So take care, have a good time, and wear your masks, wash your hands, keep a 2 metre distance. It's all sensible advice for the good of everyone. Okay, we'll see you later. Have a good night.